Hello everybody and welcome to the third video of this multipass, understanding multipass in Cinema 4D tutorial. I don't know what I'm calling this thing, but anyway, let's get started. In this video we're gonna be taking our initial render out of Cinema 4D and making it into this. So really bad quality RAM preview, but you get the gist, you know. It looks like it's handheld, the colors are different, and we also have this smudge thing. So let's, first thing I have to say, I forgot in my last video that you can't initially import .aec files into After Effects, but you need a special plugin to do that. And the good thing is that you don't need to scour the internet for such a plugin. You already have it, whether you're aware of it or not. That's a different thing. So what you have to do is navigate to your Maxon program files, Maxon, and Cinema 4D R12 folder. Inside of it, you'll find a folder called Exchange Plugins. Inside of that, you'll find an After Effects folder. Inside of that, you'll find either an OS X or Windows folder. Actually, you'll find both, and you'll have to go into whichever one's appropriate. And then you'll find a CS3, CS4, and a CS5. The reason these two are different is because of the difference between the bit systems. Like 3 and 4 are 32-bit programs, and 5 is a 64-bit program. So that's the difference. And in there you'll find Cinema 4D AE.AEX. So that's a After Effects plugin file. You'll have to then go into your program files, Adobe After Effects CS5, support files, and plugins folder, and just copy and paste that into there, and you'll be good to go. You'll be able to import .aec files into After Effects after that. So if you already have After Effects launched and you're doing this, and go ahead and relaunch After Effects, and you'll be able to follow along. So what I've done here is imported everything and just changed some colors, changed the shadows a little bit, and added this smudge and the motion. So let's do that right now. I have my let me close out of these two. I have my master comp right here. I have this, so this is my import, so nothing has been changed. First thing I can do is I can take out the flare and the solid. I'm just gonna delete those. I need the camera, and what I'm gonna do now is decrease the length of the comp. So I'm gonna slide this and press shift to snap it to the end of these imported files, and I'm gonna right click on the gray area and do trim comp to work area, and then it's just gonna be trimmed to that size. From there, what I'm gonna do is import. So I have a special passes folder and tutorial.c4d, which was the name of my C4D file, right? I'm gonna go to my special passes, and in there I have an AO, ambient occlusion file. I'm gonna drag that in here, put it above the refractions and reflections, and just set the mode. So I can click this button right here to make my modes appear, and I'm gonna change my color scheme, change my transfer mode to multiply. And then what I'm going to do is right click, new, and adjustment layer, and this is a way to change all the colors in your comp. So it's the adjustment layer is going to affect every layer that's beneath it, and since we have all our passes underneath the adjustment layer, it's going to affect everything. So but I'm going to make it, and then I'm going to go to effect controls, right click, go to color correction, and go to curves, and I'm just going to take the dark areas down a little and the brighter areas up, so to create a contrast. Then I'm going to go to my red and increase that a little, go to my green And let's see. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna bring it up in the shadows like that, and take it down in the highlights. And then I'm gonna go to my blue, and this is a trick I learned from Nick Campbell over at GSG. He said that he usually does this to create a vintage look. I don't necessarily want a vintage look, but I think it looks cool. So what all I'm gonna do is drag this point up in the dark area, so the dark areas become more blue, and gonna take it down in the highlights so they become less blue. And that's essentially it for color correction. And now we have a different color. So let's say I want to change the color of my the yellow light now, but I don't want to change the color of any other light or anything. I can go into my light one, so that's our separated lights. I'm gonna go into it, and gonna choose. There's a That's odd. Anyway, I'm gonna now choose new adjustment layer, and right click, color correction curves. And for this one, I'm gonna take down the green overall just to make it a little bit more red, and bring let's see, I want to bring up the I'll bring down the blues in the shadow and just leave it like that, and the red I'm gonna bring it up in the highlights and down in the shadows, right? Just a little bit. And now if I go, then that light's going to be changed. So that's a neat little way. And now we have color corrected our footage, but I think because of the brightness of this light, I don't think the shadows look quite real anymore. So all I have to do for that is just duplicate my shadow layer, and it looks, I think it looks better. Maybe press T to bring up opacity, and let's take that a little bit down. That's a little bit, so maybe 70%, and I think that looks better. And then I'll take a look at my reflections. So a good thing about the reflection pass is I can just add something to it. So color correction curves, and if I just brighten it overall, the reflections are going to stand out more, and I can really crank it up. I mean, if you look here, but I think I'm just gonna do it like this much, and that'll just make the reflection stand out a little bit more, and I kind of like that look. And now for the ambient occlusion. Again, these ambient occlusion are just shadows, and I think they should stand out a little bit more. So I'm just going to duplicate that layer and just leave it like that, so the shadows pop out a little bit more. Maybe they might be too much, but that's fine. What else? What else can we do to this? Let's talk about that later. Let's now what I'm gonna do is create a new new composition. I'm gonna name this master 2, and just press OK. And I'm gonna go into my project panel, bring my tutorial.c4d in here, and do the same thing I did. Trim the comp to my work area, and let's see what I can do. Let's apply the smudge now. Here's a smudge PNG. This is courtesy of Andrew Kramer. He has a tutorial, and he provides this one file for free with his project files. I think it's number 101. I'm not sure what the tutorial number is, but check out his tutorials anyway. They're pretty amazing. So I'm gonna put that smudge layer in, just scale it down, and go to color correction, curves, and just give it some contrast. And maybe that might be too much. There we go. That's better. And then what am I gonna do? I'll create a new solid, and on the masks, panel mask tool. I'm gonna choose my ellipse mask and just double click it. I think it'd be better if it had no fill. Fill none, and press OK, and double click on that. If I choose my black solid and then double click on it, it should make mask. There we go. I'm just gonna click on inverted, and now you see it's sort of a vignette look. And what I'm gonna do is scroll down the mask properties and just take the feather up to like I would say 100, and expand it a little bit outwards. 33 pixels. That looks fine. And I'll set this to let's try overlay right now. I might change that to multiply later. And then let's take our smudge.png and put that to screen. And you see smudge.png is just too noticeable, so I'm gonna just lighten that up a bit. And yeah, I think overlay is not working out that well for us. I'll just put it on multiply and go to my opacity and reduce that a little bit. So with shadows and black solids, it's all about opacity and their duplication if you want to make them stronger or not so strong. Smudges, I'm not sure what the smudges should be, frankly, but I guess I'll keep it like this. I could try add. Nothing. Alright. Let's just keep it to screen. Screen's fine. And then next we'll add the shake. Like if you see here, it's shaking. So we'll go to the tutorial.c4d and press P for position, and go to my first frame and set a keyframe. Go to the last, set a keyframe. Choose both of them and only both of them, nothing else. And go to the wiggler. If you don't have the wiggler open, go to window and wiggler, and that's a handy dandy tool. Also, I learned this also from Andrew Kramer, so all the props to him anyway. Jagged noise type, keep jagged dimensions all independently. Frequency, change that to how many ever times it should shake for each second, and the magnitude I set 10 because this is a fairly small comp, but if you're working in AC, you may be able to get away with up to 25 pixels. And then I'm just going to press apply, and it's going to create all these nice shake keyframes for me, and they're random every time, so if you don't like it, just try and apply it again. I'm pretty sure they're random every time, just you could try it out like that. And then after that, you may notice that it's going off a little bit, so I'll go to effect, stylize, and I'll choose motion tile and just increase the output width to like 140 and the output height to 140, and then mirror the edges, and it should look pretty fine, and what else is there? We could what could we do? I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, this is really basic, and I think I've covered pretty much every basic thing that you can do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learn. Maybe not enjoyed, but I hope you guys learned something from this. And I want to thank Ben Tate for being a great editor and waiting for me while I complete this tutorial. It's been, I know it was a very long wait, so sorry about that. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully later. Bye.